Explorer deck, the new Pioneer adjacent format on Magic Arena. It's a build around submission for the new card from SNC, Fight Rigging here. Hideaway 5. When this permanent enters the battlefield with the top 5 cards of your deck, exile 1 face down, put the rest at the bottom of your library. Then at the beginning of combat, you get to put a 1/1 counter on one of your creatures. Then, if you have a creature with 7 or more power, you can play the exile card without paying its mana cost. So, both Rotting Regisaur and Shakedown Heavy pair very well with Fight Rigging for giving us a creature that lets us cast the big spell underneath it. Valki, God of Lies, is a double face card, so we can play this as a 2-drop to apply pressure, but you can also play the Tibalt half of it with the Hideaway effect to get a big card off of Fight Rigging. We've got some Ghaltas and Great Henges here at the top end of our curve for other decent things to pull off of Rigging. And then we've got some Ob Nixilis here, whose casualty works pretty well with these large creatures as well. You could just sack Rotting Regisaur to Ob Nixilis in order to have an Ob Nixilis that could draw 7 cards right away, which is sweet. When in doubt, when you're looking to round out the last couple of cards in a deck, we've got some Eldraine and some Llanowar Elves, so let's pop on into some matches with this and see how it feels in the Explorer landscape. Hey, Pulsar, thanks for the quarter V, or welcome back. Good morning, good morning. When in doubt, Eldraine them out, chat. Words to live by. Sure. It's unfortunate we just drew this. Yes, it is. This is kind of big sad. Ever lucky. What did they shock for? They like casting a draw spell here? Nickone, thanks for the follow. Okay. I mean, if they had Vanishing Verse, they would have killed this in response, chat. Knew our opponent felt a little greasy, chat. The jury's still out on if Shakedown Heavy is playable. Board might get depopulated this turn. No? Okay. Like to step on your face in response. I'm playing around Settle the Right Good Cheer chat. I felt it. I felt it in my bones.
Enough petty notions of morality. All that matters is power.
Alexa. Oh, I don't want to do that. I was gonna do a meme, but I don't want to turn people's things. And I apologize to anybody's computers I just triggered. I caught myself before I finished it. Gas, shit. Gas. Should have done it anyways. No, I don't wanna set that. We do die to perihelion shit. That's why I paused. That's why I paused on whether or not I wanted to actually use the thing. Let my weekend be a message to all parents. Make sure you password protect your kids' technology so they can't purchase $350 worth of stuff. Yep.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
I could bulk. Well, I mean, if they had a grease thing, they would have played it last turn, chat. And thanks for the 23 months, just a victim. What a fitting username for your comment, by the way. Hey, thanks for the entire year, Bleach. All right, so Grafdigger's Cage does not stop their thing, so we're not boarding that in. Thoughtseize comes in here for sure. I think Redcap Melee actually comes in here. What do we think? I think I'm into paying mana and a land to not die to a perihelion. Yeah, Braid for sure. I think I want to grind with Great Henge. Yes, you can always tell what format we're playing by looking at the letter in front of my deck names, chat. And trim Llanowar Elves, just be a little bit slower with our density of interaction. just kind of slow. It gets them, but it's also just very slow. Oh, can you change avatar and sleeve during match? You can. Now I feel like I should just for good measure. Hold on. I gotta re-sleeve really quick. Please wait. We're gonna draw a black source by turn 2. You know why we didn't hit chat? It's because all of you at home don't believe hard enough. This is your fault. I believed, but your negativity meant we didn't get there. Now that we are in doubt, we can in fact jund them out. Oh, they're pretty fair deck, huh? Wandering Emperor? Maybe I should have shocked to stomp them onto. I don't know. Hey, Hobbit, thanks for the year and a half. Welcome back. Appreciate the prime. All right, they discarded cards that don't really have an impact on us anyways. Would you like to be shaken down? Yeah, Ghalta's another similar type payoff for our large attackers. It's also not bad to hit off of fight rigging on occasion. Dodge a depopulate, we can dodge a ball. All right, chat, undefeated with Jund fight rigging. Time to retire on top. Hiding in a team. Need to make this deck worse by putting Sarkhan's Unsealing into it. That one is definitely an accurate descriptor of what you'd be doing. Some of you would mulligan this hand, chat. Some of you would be wrong. Going on, Jack? Thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back. Thoughtseize into young Pyromancer. But still my heart, chat. Unlucky. Unlucky rubber ducky. Sorcery speed's a big deal on this. Card's probably playable, but sorcery speed is definitely not free. If it were me, I would simply draw the mana I need on time. It's a strong suggestion. These are a few of my favorite things. The Ob Nixilis Unite move is actually lethal, because they're at 5, so... Hopefully we draw a red source that can fight rigging into an Ob Nixilis casualty for lethal. I know keeping the one lander was greedy, chat, but finding a third land by now is, like, not an unreasonable request. Counter spells are in their deck. A lot. Alright, time to play How Lucky Are They? Good. Delver doing Delver things. Gosh, we're so close. Okay, if fight rigging hits another Ob Nixilis, we win the game. I'm a giver, chat. What can I say? I'm a giver.
This is my own.
Swish.
And you
Easy clap. He's a good guy, chat. Listen, don't listen to the things you've heard them say about Ob Nixilis. He only wants what's best for you, okay? He's your buddy. He's your pal. He can't keep getting away with it. I mean, can't he? Can't he? Allow me to make you an offer you cannot refuse. Okay, I think this is a Rotting Regisaur out matchup because of their Pyromancers. Does that make sense? I think these three are enough to enable fight rigging in these others. Do we agree or disagree? It could also just be like elves out and then trim around the edges a little bit. Maybe we want to leave a couple of these in. Is Valki good here? Well, Valki's here so we can Tibalt off of fight rigging. Tibalt off of fight rigging is definitely good. Ceratops is so slow, chat. It's so slow. 5 mana block your Delver is not a winning line. Hey, the question is, do they have a Spell Pierce for my Bonecrusher Giant? We're gonna do this at sorcery speeds. That way, they have to have exactly Spell Pierce and can't have a 2 mana counter spell. An offer I can't refuse. Ugh. I played this because I wanted to get vision on what they had in their hand. Wanted to know what we are potentially playing into. Oh, I drew another Thoughtseize. That's so brutal. I wanted to know if we were gonna have a window to play the Consume All. Unfortunate. You play this tipped. This is basically just a Howling Mine until they kill it now. They can't really afford to take 6. Ghalta's feeling a little hangry, chat. Well, that was a sick match of Magic. It's exactly like we drew it up. The first game was quite phenomenal. I mean, our deck's doing something that's objectively powerful and proactive. And we have good interaction out of the sideboard. And in doubt, linear them out. Word of the fight rigging has spread, chat. Word of the fight rigging has spread. See, look, we're rigging entire matches in our favor. You thought the rigging stopped at the fights? No, entire matches of Magic Arena have been rigged to come out in our favor. Thanks everybody for hanging out today, by the way. Great to see almost 900 people in here for some Magic the Gathering. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We play Magic, Pokemon Unite, and a variety of other games. For Magic, we play pretty much all Magic Arena constructed formats, so currently playing a mix of Explorer, Standard, Alchemy, and Historic. Usually I play 2 or 3 decks every single day of the week. Right now, we're rotating through 3 different formats a day because there's been a lot of good things to explore in all these different things. I will say Explorer is quickly becoming my favorite of everything we played, though. Our set with vampires yesterday was also very good. This one's off to a good start. Remember, if you're looking to find sweet deck lists and you can't be here every day to catch what I'm doing Monday through Friday, my YouTube channel archives everything that I do. And I cut everything up on there by deck, so it's easy to find just the content that you care about. There's playlists on the front page of the channel for all the formats that we play. Thanks for the follow sticks. Opponent's username is Get Countered, and they've led on a Thoughtseize. I feel betrayed. This is like when Jund Guy leads on a Hollow Fountain. It just ain't right. Hold on, they could be Grixis. That's fair. That's fair. Could be another Delver deck. Oh, it's Grixis. All right, I take it back, opponent. I apologize. Carnage Tyrant. 6 mana is infinite mana. I would encourage you to look at where the curve of my deck stops right now. I think I'd rather Bonecrusher than Lovestruck. There's a good chance my 1/1 dies and this just can't attack. It stops at 12 for Ghalta. All right, you got me. It stops at 3, chat. Our curve stops at 3. What's going on, Rain Spider? Thank you for the almost 3 years. I appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. Hold on, we got a reader here. Huh. This card's like really good. Like, it's a main deckable piece of graveyard hate that cantrips? I missed this one during spoiler season. I don't think anybody brought this up during this review. This seems super powerful. Oh, it's a vampire too. Wow, that's a good shout. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do something with this. I don't know about it in Explorer. It might be fine here because it's like a graveyard enabler. This is almost assuredly standard playable, I think. Yeah, and filling your graveyard is not nothing. Oh, it's a rogue too. Okay. Can escape a Croxa this turn. Can we stop and appreciate that the Grixis player has essentially done 10 damage to themselves? Hey, I stomped their face twice. Once? Maybe once? They have done a healthy amount of damage to themselves. Played the Esper Tempo deck and went 12-0 from gold to platform. Nice, Johnner. Yeah, that one felt really good in our standard session this morning. If you weren't here earlier and you missed the Esper Tempo, that YouTube channel I linked a little bit ago will be up there this evening. what our best draw was here, but it's definitely not Blightstep Pathway. Probably like Great Henge into a creature. I guess Ob Nixilis wouldn't be terrible, because we could do it off Lovestruck Beast, then work it up towards 7 rather quickly. This Crocs, speaking of quickly, this Crocs is going to wear us down. I got a triple block here. I don't want to just double block, because then I get blown out by... I get blown out by removal anyways, right? I can just kill Lovestruck Beast. That's whatever. Yeah, this Corpse Appraiser, chat. It's gonna cantrip again and fill the graveyard back up for this Croxa. We're getting buried here. Yeah, it really does. Augur of Bolas, it is. It's like a playable Augur of Bolas, chat. The design does have good flavor, agree with that. Alright, so consumes all. I'm gonna cut my Llanowar Elves. I think in the grindy matchups, you typically get rid of those. There's some tension between Consumes All and Cage. So I don't know that I want Cage for this match. They only showed me Croxa as their only graveyard interaction. Bring a couple of Ceratops for the top end, just increase our average card quality a little bit. If they show us some other graveyard graveyard cards other than Croxa, we might bring in Cage for the third game. But for now, I'm going to err on the side of not bringing it in. I forgot to update the stream title to Explorer. Should fix that. Keep and bottom. Huh, who do we bottom? Is it Ob Nixilis? Because I could Valki on 2, right? I'm definitely keeping. What am I getting rid of? Shakedown plus Valki is 8, and then I could theoretically just play Ghalta on 4. I think it's Ob Nixilis. They're gonna Thoughtseize me and disrupt whatever we're doing anyways, but... This gives us something to do with our mana after they take our Shakedown Heavy with this Thoughtseize. Yeah, I have to imagine we're going to play a bunch of different bad Grixis mid-range decks in this format at various points. Hey, what's going on, Rumplesmith? Thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. So now that our Valki has turned into a Murderous Rider, we can actually play this next Valki out as well, taking the Nicol Bolas out of their hand next turn before they get to 4 mana to cast it. They have a meat hook, but they can't kill both my things this turn with it, which is nice. Yes, this will have the dice trigger of the Murderous Rider. And they can't really wait to meat hook me either, because if they wait to meat hook me, I'll turn this into a 4/4. Yeah. So I can't Rotting Regisaur this turn because they're going to Nicol Bolas me next turn most likely, and then I would lose all of my last card to the Regisaur. I think we do this, we'll discard. It's actually kind of tough what we want to discard here. I want the Ghalta, but at the same time, like, I think if they Nicol Bolas, I'm supposed to discard the Regisaur. Yeah, if there's a land on top, I get to Ghalta. And the Regisaur is really bad against the Gifted Aetherborn. If we hit untapped land on top of our deck here, we can go Regisaur Ghalta next turn. Is fine. Not ideal, but fine. It sets us up to Ghalta the following turn. Yeah, I agree. As far as downlands go, that one was towards the top. Really kind of surprised I haven't been Nicol Bolas yet.
After 1,000 years, finally, a new conquest.
Would Lightning Bolt even be good in Historic? It would definitely be good in red aggressive decks. There's some question on whether control and mid-range decks would play Bolt over in Holy Heat though.
You work for me now, Runt.
I was pretty against Bolt being added to Historic originally, but honestly, the way they've pushed the format, I think you're right. It probably should be at this point. All right, chat, we're all in. Maybe I shouldn't attack with the Murderous Rider, because they can technically eat the Murderous Rider. Yeah, I think this is, I don't know, it's close. I attacked the Murderous Rider because I was thinking they wouldn't block it anyways, so ends up working out, I guess. Yes, that is a Valki.
Defy me, and you'll lose every. Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Plead for mercy. Alright, I would like one fight rigging off the top, please. Into like a Shifting Ceratops so we can give haste and attack with. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I forgot if they kill the Murderous Rider, they get their thing back, and I wonder if they forgot too. I think they forgot to. Yeah. If they're on nothing, they're dead here, right? I need a way to deal with Ghalta. Sad. Yes, agree, Intrude. We also already killed someone today by minus 7ing Ob Nixilis on them.
Defy me.
This is a daylight.
Boundless power. Death means nothing to me. Ha! Shake down the locals. Pleasure doing business with you.
My Ghalta's bigger than your Ghalta. Neener, neener, neener. Ever lucky. Couldn't draw a sec. Oh, you know what? I should have held that so I could discard it to one of these to gain 2 life. Mistakes were made.
Always have an answer.
Chat, the opponent's deck is just Grixis cards they like deck. Find some magic cards you enjoy casting and mix well.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Edge. Put in all the cards with Bolas and then draw that many cards. Exactly. Shake it all up. You'll figure it out. We'll do something similar to what they were doing at some point for sure. We've got what? After this one, I have 4 more Explorer decks in the queue. So, well, the queue will last us through the end of the week, and then we'll get to the Grixis pile sometime next week. And remember, if you'd like to accelerate a Grixis pile getting played, you can always submit it yourself, either through the form with a direct donation or by checking out the Every Plate promo if you live in the United States through the next couple of days. I think the 5th is the last day of my Every Plate promo. Double check that. It seems pretty good against mono red. It's like big chunky blocker. Our deck in general probably doesn't have a terrible mono red matchup, although they could be a bigger red deck with Bonecrusher made. Our audio has disappeared, chat. Regisaur and have to start discarding cards. I think so. Yeah, this specific game board had an audio bug on it once upon a time. Wonder if the software regressed and it's back. Definitely not going to have time to cast that. I want to leave a black mana up when I cast this. So this way, if I hit a Great Henge, I can cast either of these. LaCarp, thank you for the 35 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Is Valki good enough? Valki's probably good enough, right? We just, like, take their Torbrand. I could fight rigging it. I feel like I need to impact the board this turn, though. This one's gotta go. It's very, very scary. The audio bug on this really hammers home how good the audio design in Magic Arena is in general, because it's big sad when it's not there anymore. They couldn't have killed Valki, but they could have put it to 2. Then they would have been spending their Firebrand to do that, so I think that's still a good exchange for us. That's still Valki impacting the board. I think that exchange works out for us either way. Ob Nixilis is... Oh, I guess this gains us life. I was going to say we don't want to ultimate it, but if we make a devil, then we can gain 2. Seems pretty good. Maybe Ghalta's unnecessary. This one's nice because it gains us some life. I'm going to trim here. We trim like a Great Henge and 2 Valkis. I guess this only requires having one big thing in play. Let's try this. I don't think we need to hit a bomb off of fight rigging most times, like just hitting another creature probably. It's probably enough a lot of the time. Our starting mana is painful here, but the hand is very good, so we're gonna keep it. MTGO has sounds. That's technically correct. It's actually a nice draw. Means we'll have untapped land that doesn't hurt us next turn. Another land that doesn't hurt us is great, because I can stomp on something this turn without taking damage, and then we'll be able to deploy this next turn without taking damage. No play there is phenomenal for us. Definitely blocking. They just can't attack. What? As like this deck almost assuredly has a good red matchup. Large, thick creatures. There's no unholy heat in this format yet. Our 7/6 gets to survive against the red deck. Get 2 for 1. Well, and part of the reason why best of 3 is worse for mono red isn't even just that people get to sideboard against you, but people also get to make more intelligent mulligan decisions against you. Like, a lot of the red deck's wins are predicated on people keeping hands that would be good against not red, and then red running them over. Getting to make informed mulliganing decisions against the mono red deck is a huge leg up in basically every format. This is the part where your avatar explodes opponent. Honestly, chat, this split might be wrong. We might want like the 3-2 in the other direction here. Ghalta has like really overperformed in all of these games. What do I want to trim here? Lovestruck Beast is pretty mediocre into red removal. I also don't mind trimming Llanowar Elves to increase my average card quality. We don't really know what they're doing, but I assume it's something mopey based on the do nothing concession there. I'm gonna cut the Lovestruck Beast and 2 Llanowar Elves. Let's bring in the Thoughtseizes and the Ceratops. And we'll reassess if there's a game 3 once we see some of their spells. It's not amazing, but I think it's in the range of keepable. Yeah, I mean, like I said, chat, this deck is a good example of how you should approach brewing in non-rotating formats. Our deck covers your 2 bases. 1, we're doing something proactive and powerful. And 2, we have quality interaction in our 75. Bonecrusher Giant, Thoughtseize, etc. These are all effects that are just like good, clean interaction. And we have this linear game plan for when interaction's not ideal. Yeah, I agree with that, Violet. It really speaks volumes to where the power level in Historic has gone overall, that Llanowar Elves isn't really an impressive card there anymore. I think that's a good take. Fire Prophecy. So probably a... what's it called deck then? Indomitable Creativity. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play Bone Daddy out here. And then next turn, we can Rotting Regisaur plus Ghalta. Sounds like we need to restart our client to recover from the audio bug from that last game board, though. This is unfortunate. We could die next turn, chat. This could be a end step, make tokens, untap, Lotus Goddess. Yep. I assume they are indomitable creativity. Am I dead yet? Yep. So the way these 2 work, my opponent gets to draw a bunch of cards. They make 1/1s with flying and haste equal to the number of cards in their deck. I'm actually gonna let them, I know what their next turn. I was gonna say, in a min-max situation, we should make them discard 20 cards so we can see 20 cards out of their deck, but I'm not gonna waste anybody's time with that. Abrade is actually meaningful interaction here, but I don't know if I actually care about that. Maybe we cut the Ob Nixilis out, because we don't really want the grindy element against what they're doing. And we bring in the Abrades, the extra Llanowar Elves to get a little bit more linear. Actually, is Ob Nixilis better than Tibalt's? Because Ob Nixilis has a Unite move that it can, like, actually kills them, right? It's like 7 damage worth of reach. That might actually be the case. Let's do this. I think the Valki is grindier than the Ob Nixilis is, right? Cage does not stop creativity. Not only does the creativity put things into play from exile as opposed to from the deck directly, but creativity could also destroy the cage even if it did care about it. Redcap helps, I guess. If they're not hitting exactly treasure tokens, it technically helps. Killing my Llanowar Elf here. They have a way to bounce Regisaur, and they wanted to debate playing around a protection spell. I shocked myself there to attack them for 1, because our individual life total doesn't really matter in a match like this. Discard the Bonecrusher. I think I want to take a random spell with the fight rigging here. I'm not in danger of dying next turn, and they probably have a hard time taking Ghalta off the table, so let's go ahead and do that. At the very least, there are things that take Ghalta off the table are the same things that take Regisaur off the table, so putting 2 threats into play that they need to deal with has a lot of appeal here. Yeah, we have two lethal threats, and they are dead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna flip the Great Henge Ghalta split. I don't think I want 4 of either of those cards because they're both legendary, but Ghalta's definitely felt more powerful than Great Henge. We'll want to grind in some matchups, but I think more often than not, I would like to just beat them down. And no satisfying crunch with the attacks is a big sin for sure. Get the client restarted here. I'm sure we'll restart the client and then we'll immediately get the game board that messes it up again, but that's what it is. This is your punishment, chat. You have to look at my face in high res. Apologies to everyone that this scars. We can show off the t-shirt, chat. We got our Coalescence Apparel Azuria Senator shirt on. This is a perfect shirt for today. We played Blue-White Magecraft in what's it called? Alchemy. We played Esper Tempero in Standard. We do have some wonderful Pokemons in the background. I changed my shelving. Well, I flipped my whole office around at one point when Magus. So my desk is in a new position. Sand is so close to being busted. Didn't have a second land though. God bless us, everyone. I think after I mulligan, I want to keep Great Henge rather than the other one. No, that's the same and only shelf that's ever been back there since I flipped my office around, Megas. Oh, I should have stomped the untapped one so I could attack for 1. Small sequencing mistake here. So they are approximately monthly, but they ended up pushing back their April event. So the May AOS Cup Finals are actually this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's actually a 2-day tournament this time around. And then there will also be a May Finals later in the month. Untapped land. Nailed it. All right. Real game here, chat. Yes, I will be a part of the broadcast team for the AOS Cup Finals this weekend. Should be a good time. I'll be casting with Spraggles again as my casting partner this time through. How do I feel about this? I think I'm into it. If they want to spend their turn pumping this, I think that's a win for me. This buys us a lot of tempo. Yes, I'll be on the official Pokemon Unite Twitch channel. Hey, AK, thanks for re-upping the Prime. Welcome back. Longer the token instead of the elf to have more mana. Yeah, I guess technically, but I actually I think the 1/1s are more valuable than the elf here, chat. Because these 1/1s let my Lovestruck Beast be able to attack. Is this deck legitimately good? I think this deck might be legitimately good, chat. We felt like really competitive in all these games we've been playing. It's definitely sweet. I think it might be competitive. All the cards in here are like mostly good cards. If you have these crafted for playing an Eldraine, like Lovestruck is template, so that elf lets it attack too. Well, my elf had a 1/1 counter on it, so that is not the case because I had a Great Henge in play. We mulligan to 5 that game too, right? Just like had Eldraine cards to generate a card advantage. Alright, I'm gonna greed and keep an extra spell here. We're on the draw. Hopefully we'll find a land. We've casualtied Rotting Regisaur. We won a game earlier this set by having a surprise deal 7 with what's his name? I'm gonna stomp this now so I don't have to play chicken with 3 open mana.
Fight with an ancient vampire lord. Sired many years.
Fight rigging first, I think. It's just Ghalta. Hey, thanks for taking the time to do that, AK. Appreciate it.
My bloodline flows through you.
They're in danger. Maybe. Good, they could have a couple of Doomblades here, and then we're still in trouble. These are a few of my least favorite things.
Blood calls to your soul.
I need to kill their Sauron.
Curse your bloodline.
One of the kind of neat things about this deck is, like, normally your aggro deck doesn't have, like, really gas top decks from a spot like this, but, like, we have Ob Nixilis, we have Tybalt, we have Great Henge. Like, we have so many, like, really powerful draws from this position. I'm gonna start working this up to a 5/5. Want to be able to attack into the Champion of Dusk. We do also have land. Speaking of powerful draws, chat. Yeah, another fight rigging gives us, builds our board up more and gives us relooks and other things.
Down to nothing beyond my own creations.
This is why I killed the other Saurian. Getting burned out is a real concern here. They can't fatal push this one, shit. I think I gotta just knock this out to play around, huh?
Vengeance will come for you one day.
Oh, I should have made this a 5/5 so it could eat Edgar in combat. Mistake. Even this generates card advantage for us? Let's try and end it. Maybe I'm supposed to put one of these to 5 toughness. I don't know. I think I'm chump blocking the Edgar currently. It chose not to rummage with the blood token end of turn. So they have a spell they kind of like. Big dumb dinos. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Build around submissions are great when they hit shit. They're really good, Thomas. All three of our decks today have been fantastic across formats. We played Esper, Tempo, and Standard. We played Blue-White Magecraft and Alchemy, and we're wrapping up with some Jund fight rigging here in Explorer. Some mulligan decisions are tough, chat. Others, not so much. This is great. Well bottom the Valki. This is like Jund big boys. They prefer the term large lads. Thank you very much. And yes. So I assume Shakedown Heavy's about to get knocked out here. Excuse me? Oh, this triggers... Does cycling Shark Typhoon for 0 trigger Revolt for Fatal Push? I didn't think you could make me hate the card Fatal Push more, chat, but they have. They've done it. They have actually made me hate the card Shark Typhoon even more than I already do. That's impressive, honestly. Gandalf, trash can Gandalf. Wonderful for you two to meet like this. Llanowar Elves out. Thoughtseize, Ceratops in. Bonecrusher Giant out. Click submit. Click submit. Looks like someone else got your link there, Rufio. Thank you, chat, for being helpful. I was adding this deck to my collection when you decided to call it Jund Large Lads. Yeah, that's it. That's the deck name, champ. Large Lads. Yeah, blue-white tempo's on my list of things I want to get back around to at some point, too. For sure. I think we Thoughtseize on one, so we can take a search for Azcanta. I have 2 Shifting Ceratops. I boarded them in. All my Shifting Ceratops are in my deck right now. Magic is a high skill, low variance game, champ. I should play around Jawari Disruption here, right? And Censor.
Shake down the locals. Pleasure doing business with you. Wipe that smug look off your face.
Yes, we're mostly, people asking, we're mostly playing a fair version of fight rigging in this deck.
Your punishment.
This is our biggest payoff. This and Ghalta. We have other ways to cheat Ghalta out though too, because we just have a lot of big lads, but. And now, if they sweep our creatures, we get to draw 7, and if they don't sweep our creatures, they die. So we're in a good spot here. Lovely. Fun fact, chat. As we rack up, now what's our record with this deck now? We are currently 7-1 with this Jund fight rigging deck. And as we acquired our 7th win there, if you listened very carefully, you could hear the wild crowd cards cry out in pain. Like I've said a few times, chat, if you're someone that's looking to brew in this format, or any format really, but this deck follows the template you should be looking towards for what could potentially be a good deck. Have powerful interaction in your 75, Thoughtseize, Bonecrusher, Redcap Melee, Grafdigger's Cage, etc. And have a proactive game plan. Go ahead and step on the elf here. How long does it take to win against Sparky is a good measure of is your deck proactive. Agree. I suppose you can fight rigging into Valki in Standard too. Yeah, you have a little bit less, you're a little bit less consistent because you don't have as many, like, big chunkier idiots without, like, Regisaur and Lovestruck, but... Ha! And the Great Henge actually just ramps us into a fair Tibalt, huh? There's a 4-mana 6/6 in SNC. Okay, yeah, that's probably good enough.
Bang! It won't help, but it amuses me. I'll be.
I feel like fight rigging in the runes deck is probably a little bit worse than some of the other things you can be doing in that archetype for card advantage. Wait, are they a Winota deck?
Memories.
They are a Winota deck. Okay. I was like trying to figure out exactly what they're doing. So we do need to try and end the game here. Yeah, definitely, press pick. So, Redcap Melees, Grafdiggers, Cages, Thoughtseize, probably. I know Valki was okay that game, but I think we actually trimmed this. I think this is also a Llanowar Elves out matchup because we're not likely to be able to fully race this archetype frequently. We need to be a little bit interactive on average. And yeah, the fact that this has card advantage, it's also just like a deal 7 burn spell in this deck is so good. Yeah, this card is not only graveyard hate, but it's very good against Cat Oven, which is technically a thing in this format, so I want some cards for it. I have 3 red caps, Tumos. Winota has not been a popular best of 3 deck. And honestly, after we played Winota on Friday, I'm not surprised. The Winota deck felt incredibly underwhelming to me. Like, your nut draws were obviously crazy, but your average case draws were not particularly impressive. I think I'm actually gonna wait to Thoughtseize until turn 2, so not only do I not have to shock here, but it gives them one more chance to draw Winota before I cast my Thoughtseize. Okay, I think we take Skyclave, Apparition, play Grafdigger's Cage. And this is... We're gonna just be dead to the Huntmaster here. Our hand is not nearly good enough to keep up with that. Come back to bite me, I'm gonna take the Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Yeah, gas triggers happen off a hideaway, chat. 100%. This is a little bit of the power of the Winota deck. I have to just kind of sit here and hold stuff up while they get to attack now. These citizens look pretty human to me, chat. Do I kill the Brutal Cathar and block here? Probably not. Let's... I wanted to make this decision before they know I have a Ghalta. Your move, Yugi boy. And now they're in a spot where they can't play around anything. They have to play the Winota out or they're just gonna die. This is actually a good draw, because now if they don't jump block Ghalta some amount, we get to kill them with a stomp. still dead, I think. We didn't say our deck was called Large Lads for nothing, right? That was fantastic. Yeah, Ghalta was like the fight rigging was good, and like we got to do fight rigging things a few times, but like Ghalta was super impressive. Basically every time she came down, we got to burn people out with Ob Nixilis' ultimate ability, being able to sacrifice our bigger things to immediately have that. Like, I like this deck a lot, actually. It felt really cohesive, just like both of our game plans felt good. We got people with card advantage from Tibalt on occasion. We just put like big chunky things into play and attack. Ob Nixilis got to grind a little bit and burn some people out. It felt really cohesive. You get access, like having access to both Thoughtseize and Redcap Melee goes a long way. Like that you can make use of Lovestruck Beast even when your elves are dead. Yes, yeah, exactly. We have a lot of things that this can turn into to be decent. Yeah, it does. Ghalta having trample is great. Yeah, and obviously, like, even when we have a good run, like, don't pay attention to the specific record. We definitely 8-1 because we ran a little bit hot in some key situations. But like I said at multiple points, I think this deck just checks all the boxes you want to check when you're brewing in a non-rotating format. We have a good proactive game plan that lets us just run people down. And more importantly, past just our good interaction, the thing that felt like it set this deck apart from other decks is the fact that our deck wasn't just drawing dead when our aggro plan didn't work out. Ob Nixilis, Fight Rigging, Shakedown Heavy, and Tibalt, these are all cards that, and Great Henge, these are all cards that generated lots of card advantage for us and let the games go long in meaningful ways so we weren't just out of the game. So like, we had games where we cast a turn 3 Ghalta during this set and just like they conceded on our turn 3 because they couldn't deal with it. But we also had games where we ground people out. And that felt really good too. And I don't think I have any changes to this. I think where we ended up is pretty good. We tweaked a couple of the numbers along the way and adjusted the sideboard a couple of times, but without playing more games, I don't think I have any changes. Yeah, and that's key too, right? Like, our deck has some really powerful synergy cards in it, but our synergy cards are also just kind of individually good cards, and our synergy is just big creatures that are just good at attacking. All right, chat, that's going to wrap up on Magic for today. I really appreciate everybody that hung out all day. Remember, if you're looking for more Magic the Gathering stuff for me, you can check out my YouTube channel here. We're playing 3 decks in 3 different formats every single day this week, and probably for the not too distant future as well.